Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty mega spammer. Hey boy, do you believe the situation? We've got a galaxy supernova here. You better keep this a secret. No, it's not really a galaxy supernova, of course. It is just a random thing that just appeared out of nowhere when I loaded this file, which was a little bit strange. And it's definitely not just me being excited over Sonushide, also known as Gas Generation's newest music video that has been released today, so you know, that's my excitement level. I'm very thankful for this video, by the way, because if not for this, I wouldn't be able to make this video. Why? Because Endless Space kinda infuriated me in a really major way. I tried recording this video like 4 times in a row already, failing every single one because of stupid game bugs and inconsequences, and it was really rather annoying and irritating. I'm not going to even bother explaining what happened. It was dealt with more or less, let's just forget about this. Right, so the situation in my empire, it's not going too well. First of all, the enemy has decided to come to Trim and cut my supply of hexaferrum, disallowing me to make any more advanced ships. Combined with the fact that the enemy is also orbiting Jinsin, I am unable to use Hyperion as well, and the only resource I have for myself that is actually useful is antimatter, of which I have abundance of, so I can spam those beams if I choose to, but what good is antimatter without the supporting modules that cause either hexaferrum or Hyperion? Now, thankfully, Hyperion I do have an access of in Alpha. Problem was, I did sign this stupid deal with Sheridan where I gave them Hyperion for tech. So I decided to cancel the deal. They like me less now, but because they loved me before so much, they do not really care about this right now. As you can see, I've got a minus 100 due to broken exchange in our current diplomacy attitude, and still we are very close to each other, so they didn't really care. They were like, yeah, whatever, it happens between friends every now and again. So that's cool. I was able to make a little bit more ships before the enemy started orbiting Trim in this turn, but now the problem is I am unable to really use my Lithic or Hagmacrease designs because they all use hexaferrum, so I cannot really do that, unfortunately. But what I did is decided to, you know, repay the enemy with their own currency. So I did send those big people from space that I had on Alpha on a quest to just besiege as many systems as they can, just to annoy the enemy. Now I was only able to make my way to Adana and Geminos, but hey, that's at least some resources that the Horatio will not have anymore. Knowing the game and the AI won't know, they probably have another source of hexaferrum, so they don't care, but at least I'm being mildly annoying to them, so that's good. In fact, I'm even able to capture Adana in 9 turns, which is a little bit hilarious. I might think about sending a larger fleet over there, but for now, what else happened? ESO is still within reach, but I don't know where my volcanic ships went. I remember having 2 of them sitting in amnesia. I don't remember what happened to them though. It's like they're gone and no explanation is given. I don't remember what happened to them. Maybe I don't remember. I could swear I made them stay in amnesia, but maybe I'm just imagining things. Whatever the case might be, I no longer have the volcanics. I used a different volcanic to colonize Sociopath, and even then there was only 1 volcanic. What happened to the other? No idea, no clue. So I can't colonize ESO even if I, you know, were able to actually make it to ESO, which so far was a little bit impossible. Now, what I'm going to do with those hexamics, I think I'm going to send them to ESO and just make sure that at least the Horatio will not be able to grab it, because I definitely don't want them to have any more titanium. Although they do have titanium, because they're in Paradise, they have a lot of flag defense. So maybe it is even... No, it's not good that I don't have access to titanium, because the enemy is very well prepared against missiles, but missiles are very effective against dreadnoughts, and this is exactly what I need right now. Anyway, this fleet you see right here opening amnesia, it used to be on Sociopath. I had to run away because the enemy attacked me in the previous turn, where I didn't record finishing because there wasn't anything to do about this one battle. So those ships ran away, and now they made their way to amnesia. They are going to sit here, and actually I'm going to move them out against the enemy as soon as I have a decent number of ships. There's another very big ship orbiting Theia or Galtor somewhere around here that I noticed, and it is very mighty scary looking. So I need to do something about that. Now, as for the rest of my empire, well, I have no research going on. What do I need? I need my dreadnoughts. They allow me to carry more weapons on them, which is a very good thing. Minus 25% weapon module tonnage on ship is a very good thing, and I need to get it ASAP. I might in fact go for a very hefty science to food, food to science conversion just to get this guy in the next stand, because I definitely do need my share of dreadnoughts. So let's just make sure that I can get this upgrade in the next stand. Can I do that? No, it would take me 2 turns and I'll starve in every single one of my systems. That's suboptimal, to say the least. So let's make sure I do not lose population on any of my systems, including logical Lee, or whatever. I don't even remember what I was trying to say over there, but that doesn't really matter now, does it? So 65% is the best conversion I can come up with, and it will speed up the research of my dreadnoughts. In fact, 60% will do the exact same thing, but I will still grow population relatively quickly-ish on some of my systems, which is, I guess, decent. Now, I can no longer miss Caliphix or Hunger Police on any of my systems because I no longer have access to Hexatherm. I could retrofit them, but since I already have some of them on all of my systems, as you can clearly see right now, what I think I should better do is just provide them with a lot of, glass cannons to actually could be able to damage the Imperials. That's what I was trying to say. So I did design a say no to fashion ship, which, as you can see, is very crappy. It only has kinetics, 1 layer of deflectors just for the kicks. It does have a bomber and a fighter, and that's about it. Also, I know this fighter is balanced, but that's because I want to be able to install it. If this was a battle fighter, it would cost more space. I cannot afford this right now. So this ship is very crappy, but it requires no resources whatsoever, and that's the best I can do right now against the enemy fleet. Spam glass cannons that do not require any resources, because the enemy constantly besieges my only systems that actually have some strategic resources on them. As you can see, I was extraordinarily unlucky, unable to get any standing systems that actually had strategic resources on them. Galaxy Generator was not kind to me, to say the least. So let's make sure that all my systems that are capable of doing so produce as many say no to fashion as humanly possible, because this is probably the last thing I'm actually able to do to withstand the enemy attack. Now, as I said, and it's still valid, I do have better fits than the Horatio. Alright, I think we're more or less equal, actually last time I checked, but the Horatio are actually generating dust. I'm not. So, by looking at this, I'm pretty certain my industry production is way higher than the Horatios, which gives me the advantage in the long run, so I just have to survive this initial assault. Right now, the Horatio are counter-attacking with everything they've got. They have a lot of Imperators flying all the way, everywhere across the screen, and I have to wipe them out, which is going to be a little bit difficult, but not beyond the, realm of possibility, which is obviously good. Now, what I also want to do is just annoy the enemy a little bit. So why not actually create a few more big pew pew from space, preferably the older ones, and just send them on different missions to annoy the enemy in multiple ways. For example, you just go to Nair as quickly as you can, and you'll do so by going to Kiris, then going to Ding. No, I didn't want you to go to Ding. Oh, for crying out loud. Whatever. You go to Lekim. You go to Nair. You two, one of you is going to go to Feia on an interstellar journey because I cannot afford to go for sociopath, and you go to newly colonized Galtor because Horatio does like to expand those bastards. It is going to cost my invasion fleet quite a few of ships, but at least I'll be able to annoy the enemy a little bit more. I know I said I want those systems to develop a little bit better, so that when I conquer them they are more valuable to me, but right now it is getting a little bit ridiculous. The enemy is just spamming those ships like never before, and I need to stop it in any means possible, and this is something I came up with. It might work out just well enough, at least that's what I'm hoping for. Right, is there anything else I can do in this particular turn? Not really. What I'm just hoping for is making as big fleet as I possibly can. Dotono is going to have a very scary, stumpy army with those 5 ships that are relatively powerful on their own, and a bunch, and just to say no to fashion, I guess. Not as good as I was hoping for, but at least that's something. I could and probably should go for predictive logistics, however. So let's go for that and then continue spamming ships. I could care less about science, so let's not even bother with observation thingies. You make one say no to fashion, because I do need as many ships as I can in the next turn, because that's when I plan to launch my assault, but then make predictive logistics so that I can in fact make more ships. Same deal with Jinsen, make a bunch of say no to fashion, deal as much damage as I can. In fact, you already have predictive logistics. So just make more say no to fashion, which is nice by all means. You just say you're going to need that as well. I wanted this system to grow, but honestly right now, just make more ships. That is what I'm trying to achieve. And Chime does have quite a decent population, so I can just safely do that. Okay, any other system that is still making ships but is not going for predictive logistics? Well, there is Prototype, but it already has predictive logistics, so it's just doing a nice job. You just say, however, you do not have predictive logistics, so let us fix just that. Alright, as I can see, I'm trying to do a major shift in my policies and politics and whatnot, so that I can actually be, you know, maybe somewhat be able to do something, which I guess is not really descriptive, but that's more or less what I'm trying to achieve. Also, Arrakis, can you actually make a volcanic in a single turn if I ask you politely? You can make it one in 12 turns, so after that, no, just no. Also, this doesn't need to be exploited. I do want more food, but first of all, Planetary Institute is also very powerful. Now, I do want Volcanic to be sent to ISO, but right now what I care about the most is actually some kind of fleet that I could use. You know, it's actually something I could definitely use ASAP. Anyway, this was a long turn, unnecessarily so, because there wasn't really all that much happening over here. Doesn't really matter all that much, at the very least. I made quite a few ships, now I can just join them all together and continue to fight the Horatio in the best ways possible. Now, they still have somebody in Dusa, and they're going to attack and intercept my invasion ship, which is a little bit annoying. It is a rather big fleet as well. Yep, that's it. As you can see, the enemy, they actually made a switch to missiles. That is very good to know, and I will need to adapt to that. However, with my current glass cannon strategy, do I actually even care? Since I do overpower the enemy in terms of production, I don't think I do. I'm just going to make ships with no defenses whatsoever and just throw at the enemy and hope for the best, and this best might be what I need to actually patch through the enemy's defenses. Besides, so far this is the only Imperator that actually has missiles, so I'm not too overly concerned. However, we'll still deal with that guy later. Right now there's no point to, you know, meddle with it. Also, yeah, starting system with titanium, you lucky bastards. That said, if I can actually, you know, besiege Indusa, then I'll cut the Horatio off from the only source of titanium. At least I hope this is the only source of titanium. So this would be mildly positive. They do have a source of antimatter, however, now that they have control over Bastardio, so this makes me worried they might go for beams, but beams they can counter. It's the missiles I'm more afraid of. Alright, production. Plenty of ships made, and Loner is in fact ready for orders. So why don't you, dear sir, just no reason to scrap anything because nothing costs me anything. So you dear sir, just go for predictive logistics, right? And then I guess I'll use the system to make me even more ships. Also, this guy, what on earth is he doing here, and why is he such a bastard? I don't know. Alright, so I have a bunch of ships, so let's start merging those guys together. In fact, Yuder says, make your way to Mrs. Fatlad, really join with the other ships that are going to be on Mrs. Fatlad in the next turn. In fact, let us delay the predictive logistics so that I can have one more say no to fashion over here, which is going to make my fleet even more powerful, and power is exactly what I need right now. Alright, what else is going on? Dotuno has a bunch of ships, which is a decent amount of ships, I would say. Maybe in fact ready to take on the sociopath, especially after I get some reinforcements going. But first of all, I do want to get rid of the fleet that is orbiting Tram. It is a very powerful one, however, so I'm not sure if sending this fleet would do me any good. In fact, I'm leaning towards the statement that it would not. So Tram is going to defend for all eternity for now, so I might as well leave it alone. Instead, make my way towards sociopath as quickly as possible. Yuda says, however, you just stay here, continue to reinforce with more and new ships. As for Jensen, can I possibly attack with what I have in my hangar? I have 2600 military strength, the enemy has 2200, and I do not even have any missiles or bombers. I mean, any fighters or bombers. And even if they do, I think I have the advantage. So let us blockade the system and declare the enemy actually declared a battle on me. Fine, if that's how you want to do it, I'll gladly do it. I don't care that I don't need to go for Nosebreaker, I'm gonna go for it anyway. What did I start with? Why not go for the MP? And then, there's no repair systems. I don't think this guy will live for too long, but let's go into manual and watch him die. I think he might escape this cowardly bastard. Honestly, I could care less. I just want to watch him burn. And I hope it is going to be painful. The Horatio are becoming too much of a nuisance. They're not even a nuisance anymore. They are just purely annoying. They are ruining my good mood, and I'm going to punish them for it. And as a direct result of that, I'm going to be in a good mood all over again. No, honestly, I'm in a decent mood right now just because I watched Galaxy Supernova, obviously, and the enemy did retreat as I suspected he might. But I might still be able to do some damage to him because I do have a lot of, you know, kinetics and beams, and they do damage to the enemy even if they do retreat. So I did a very, very small amount of damage, but I did deal some damage, which is at least somewhat positive. And because this guy ran away, it's going to leave me with the possibility to actually attack the invasion fleet that is orbiting Jinsen and punish the enemy a little bit, which is what is going to make me rather happy. Also, this guy that just ran away is making his way back to Jinsen. Look at this bastard! He's back in here again and blockading me! Wow. Just wow. I should have declared a battle on those invasion ships while I still had the chance, because right now, yeah, he's going to repeat the same process over and over and over and over again. So let's maximize my damage, shall we? Problem is I cannot really do that in any way, shape or form, so let's just go for EMP again. Normally in this situation the anti-strategy would be the best because I have a mixed bag of weapons, but retreat does counter tactics and adaptive strategy is tactics. Anyway, I don't think we need to watch this humiliating defeat of the enemy over again, so let's just let him escape. The bastard, he's going to run away and then go back to Jinsen again, and this is going to repeat for quite some time. You just said just run away. He will not be able to run away. Obviously, the enemy fleet is just too big, has too much damage potential, but let's try anyway. And this will be it for this turn because I have everything queued up and don't need to worry about anything. I just can proceed with the next turn. And look at the enemy trying to make its way to Lissu to save its little petty colony. That's okay because you know what I can do? I can just order this ship to go to Indusa and annoy the enemy. Of course, there's still a fleet orbiting Indusa, but maybe it will go away at some point, which would be mildly positive. Okay, I now finally have dreadnoughts. I'll use them gallantly and proudly. Prototype finished making its ships, and in fact, it even had some production, industry production leftovers, so that's good to know. So what I'm going to do right now is make sure that Prototype, being my most powerful system, is actually going to be a little bit better in terms of everything. Also, high gravity, it does lower my production. I wanted the gun, thank you very much. So let's focus on production, more production, even more production, and yeah, just production all the way. I know it's not maxed out just yet, but it will max out at some point in the future. Right now, I couldn't be bothered. I do need this system to actually go ahead, and this one looks like it's about to crash on this lava plant. Oh, now it's back on its original position, whatever. I need this system to be as productive as it possibly can, and with the addition of intense cultivation logistics, it will have enough food to max out on Prototype relatively quickly. One would at least hope. So let's make more say no to fashion. What is this? The enemy. Jesus! Oh, you bastards! You effing bastards! How did they? I was opening guarding this system. This is cheating. This is absolute cheating. I was guarding the system. How? They're not. Die! Wait, EMP means nothing because the enemy has no defense. Just die, die, die. The enemy will run away. There is no denying of this. He will run away. He will continue to be annoying. They all died? Good. Just continue to die. I want you to... Just no words can express my fear right now. If not for the fact that I know that most likely there are people in my apartment right now, I would scream out of fury and anger. And you guys... Besides, they destroyed some stuff on Jinsen again. They wiped out a big portions of my population again. Those crazy bastards! Oh, my fury is unmeasurable right now. I want to invent space torture. Just want to let you know that this is what I want to invent. Space torture is what I want to go for. It will be wonderful when I get access to space torture, and the space torture those bastards to death because they deserve nothing more. Okay, Adana, apparently the enemy is on Adana. Where is Adana anyway? Pramus is colonized. Big surprise over there. There are people on ISO as well. Yeah, those bastards that just want to colonize every effing thing. Oh, Adana is this thing, right. Sure, whatever. Auto. Wow, I cannot believe those guys. I just cannot believe. Go away! Go effing away. I'm busy over here. I'm busy murdering you people, and I'm proud of it. Select all merge into a big... Go away, you effing bastards. Wow, this game, I cannot believe it. Sometimes I enjoy playing in the space, but sometimes it's just aggravating. Purely aggravating, and that's what is happening right now. Should I wait for you here and kill those pirates? No, that is the answer to this question. Thank you very much. I want to Jensen back. And I'm going to kill and punish everybody who tries to take it from me over again for the effing zillionth time, and I will gladly annihilate the enemy. Oh dear, you have imperators! Oh my, I should be worried, shouldn't I? No, I will not be worried, dear sir. Focus fire on everything! I know it isn't the exact definition of focus fire, but that's exactly what I'm trying to do right now. Manual! Just die! Bring the boys out! I have no respect for you whatsoever. You better run, devil, run! Cause there's nowhere to run, and I want to kill you while you fling to your unspeakable demise. The time for meleeing and messing around is over. My fleets are assembling. I have more production than you, losers. And I can retake Jensen in a matter of seconds, like just like that. Punch in my face. I don't know why I just punched my face. I didn't really. I just punched my fist, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is, I hope this enemy is not going to escape. No, he's not. He in fact tried to stay and fight like a sissy he is. I'm not gonna call them a man. They do not deserve to be called a man. They are worthless maggots that deserve to be eaten at their best, at their worst. You know what? I did have a very nice read about the torture not too long ago, and there was one so foul, so filthy. I'm not even going to mention it on YouTube because this would be just pushing it. It was unspeakably evil, and at the time when I read about it, I was just purely grossed out. But man, right now I think this is what those guys deserve. And look at the puny little ships dying one by one. I lost a ship. That's it. The enemy lost an imperator and a supporting ship, and he is about to lose another imperator soon. One would at least imagine. The damage is being dealt, and he is about to go down, and he just did. There is nothing that can stop me now. My fury is, as I said, unmeasurable. It is stretching beyond the galaxies that are present in our current universe, and there is literally no jokers that can bear me now. I have all the jokers in my hand. I'm the one who's doing the bearing. My fleet will just blot out the stars in the entire effing universe, and there is nothing whatsoever that anybody can do to stop me now. Also, apparently, because the enemy... Wow, I cannot believe this. I cannot even recapture Jensen because I don't have enough invasion power. Fine, if that's the case, then you stay even here. You go after the biggest enemy fleet that there is. This one? Fine. Go to Trime right now. Blast it. Just, I want the enemy blasted. And if my fleet dies, so be it. I'll make 1 billion more, and they will overplace the enemy and just devour them in the most warmonger malice way possible. It didn't make any sense whatsoever in grammatically speaking, but I could care less. Just nosebag this guy, defensive formation, kill him, because he's an effing seer. He wants to scout out the areas for the Horatio to expand, but not on my watch. You're not expanding anymore, and if you are, I'm going to punish you for it at some point in the future, which I'm still unsure when it is actually going to happen, but I will punish them, mark my words. Now, all my systems and everything's making ships, they are indeed, which is exactly what I was hoping for. This is what I need. The enemy proud that they have Jensen back. Those bastards don't even know what is going to hit him. Alright, over here I do have my invasion fleet that is awaiting orders. Now I'm going to make it go out of the hangars. Why? Because the enemy will attack me, but this will allow me to go out of my system relatively peacefully. I will lose a ship or two, but this is an acceptable loss. What I need right now is to have those ships Oh, actually, I lost 4 ships. Whatever. Worse things have happened. I need to get Jensen back right now. Even yesterday was too long ago for me to control the system, which makes no sense whatsoever. I'm aware of this, but I also do not care whatsoever. I'm just this evil right now. I'm angry. I'm willing to kill people, and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to bath in the blood and suck the innards out of the skulls, because apparently there are innards in a skull. Whatever. Don't disagree with me, because disagreeing will make you die. That's the sad state of affairs, dear says, because there is nothing that can right now protect anything, anyone, or anybody, which is just a synonym I'm aware of, from me. Because, as I said, right now is the time to act. It is the time to punish the infidels that dared to actually try and, you know, cross my hood. Jensen is going to take so long to recapture. That is stupid. It was just captured by the enemy. It should take less time to actually be recaptured because, you know, I did just capture it. So, where on earth did the Horatio go? It disappeared. Oh, they just teleported through Alpha and now they are on Jensen again and they moved through Jensen. I'm blockading Jensen! I am effing blockading Jensen and yet this guy moved past it? Oh, you know what? I feel like I should just cheat in this game. I know how to cheat in this game very well. I've never done that, so at least in my on-camera runs. Because, you know, it's not fair. It's not what you're supposed to do in the endless space, and that's not what I'm trying to do over here, and that's not what I'm trying to achieve. But the enemy is blatantly cheating. They're not supposed to be able to go past Jensen. That is just false. False directive. Okay, this guy wants antimatter, but last time I gave them something, it worked poorly for me. Refuse. Now this guy wants F you and your ceasefire! Yeah, now they're happy. They have Soul Strip, they have Jensen, they're like, yeah, let's ceasefire. F you and your ceasefire. I'm not ceasefiring with anybody at this point in the game, even if they beg me for it. Especially if they're named Horatio. If there is somebody else, I might actually consider it, but you're not named Horatio, dear says. And what is this guy doing over here? Who is he anyway? Who are those guys? Who is everybody? I don't even care and or know. Can you hear attack the enemy? No, so this means the enemy attacked. Yes, battle on Sociopath is about to commence. Yes, be my guest. I want this battle to commence. I want to wipe out the enemy. I want to enjoy the sight. And trust me, oh yes I will. The enemy might destroy some of my ships. Fine! Be my guest! Destroy all you please, because I, unlike some people, am not wimpy. I'm not using the stupid troops to invade other people's systems and take them out like a coward, lowering the enemy's ability to fight, which might sound smart, don't get me wrong, but it is the most cowardly way to fight a war. You hear me, Horatio? Just because I'm a Harmony and was unable to amass my population up at this point in time, doesn't mean you can abuse this fact. Because you can just amass population like there was never before, because you're Horatio and you're able to just make this food like and stuff those donuts into your filthy little mouths that do not even deserve to touch the you know what of your mummies. You know what? You might as well die because this is the best that you deserve right now. And this is exactly what I'm going to provide you with. And all those of you who will surrender, oh fear not, I will not forget about you. I will torture you. And in fact, the ones that do not surrender and die, I think I might just, you know, hire a GLaDOS or something along those lines, find a way to get you back to life, then torture you again, get you back to life, clone you, torture your clones on you while you watch your clones being tortured, then torture you until death, then resurrect you again and repeat the process until the end of time, until I get bored with it and finally kill you. I think it's a fair course of action, especially since this Imperator didn't want to die, but finally he fell like the miserable maggot he is, and I continue firing upon them as a mighty warlord that I am. Look at this beautiful explosion. It is exactly what I wanted to see. The enemy spawns weapon overcooked? Well, be my guest. He might spawn this filthy card all the day, all the time long. You can spam it for as long as you please. I could care less. I'm just going to punish you for it. That is exactly what is going to happen. Hey, good riddance, you bastard. You managed to win this battle. How about I actually bring in some more guns into the fray, huh? Do you like this idea? Because I can assure you, I like this idea a lot. Nosebreaker! Defensive formation answered the enemy like the weapon overclock last time. How about counter the offense? So let's go for magnetic field and then just repair any damage I may have taken, because I don't think the enemy will survive for very long for some reason. I don't know what gives me this feeling, but it might just be my feeling of rage and impending doom upon the Horatio. You won your battles for the last time capturing Jensen, but this was a step too far. You banned the last bridge there was to ban. Now I don't need bridges. I walk over the water. You know what? No, I didn't walk over the water. I banned the water and then used the haze to burn your skin off of your flesh and then just tear your muscles apart and enjoy the sign of agony on your face. This video is now officially rated 18 plus, or whatever it's called in the country. I could care less. My evilness is at its peak, and I just want to watch those weapons of mass destruction unload and unleash on my enemies. And you know what I'm also going to do? As soon as the situation settles a little bit with my enemies, and they have a little bit less ships, and I have a little bit more ships, you know what I'm going to do? I'll gladly explain it to you. I'm going to create invasion ships, and no, I'm not going to use population, because as Harmony, I cannot spam my population. You know what I'm going to use? I can tell you gladly. I'm going to use bombs, and loads of bombs. You know what bombs in particular I have in mind? I think that population bombs are the best kind, don't you agree? You know what kind of other bombs I might install? Improvement bombs. You know what kind of research I might also go for? I just realized it might be a fairly good idea. I don't even... you know what? Yeah, let's just erase the Horatio systems. I'm not even gonna bother capturing them. I know I'm going to lose this game because of the carriers overpowering everybody, but I just want to see a wasteland where the Horatio used to be. I can care less at this point in time. I just want the enemy dead, and that, as they say, is that. Now, let's capture Soul Path. It is going to take me 12 turns because I basically have no means to capture the enemy's systems, because all of my invasion ships are moving right now to Mrs. Fatherland unknowingly enough. That is exactly what I ordered them to do. That's fine. You decide, go to prototype. You... who are you? You are just stationed here doing nothing really. Fine, go over there, see what other system the Horatio have, and just plunder it if you can. Alpha, dear sir, say no to fashion? Well, why don't you reinforce my ships on Jensen? Because actually I will not be able to reinforce because the enemy attacked me. So classy. So effing classy. Anyway, what I'm going to do is, of course, ignore this battle, because this videocast has been long enough. It was PANCZASU the Mighty Mix Spammer. If you somehow managed to enjoy this videocast, then please by all means like it. Maybe even subscribe to my channel if you wish to see more. Also please do leave a comment, because I do like reading them and they are fun and whatever. I cannot even think. Right now the one thing I'm focusing on is just the sheer utter destruction that I'm willing to bring upon the Horatio, and it would be just so enjoyable. Anyway, that's that for me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you online. Wait, did I stop recording, or did I...